So can a felon do real estate? You would be amazed how many times I'm actually asked this question. One of my most popular videos, 5 steps on how to get real estate license here in the state of Florida. I get asked this all the time. A lot of people even email me directly and will give me their situation and what happened and ask me, do I think they can get their license? In this video, we're going to go over some of the reasons you can, some of the reasons you can't, and some of the specifics that you kind of need to know about if you do have a felony conviction on your record. Luckily, most all states allow for a convicted felon to pursue getting the real estate license. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it, but it means that you can at least apply and try to get it. Now, if you watched my first video, you're going to remember that part of the process for getting your license is having a background check. You're going to have to go to the police department and have fingerprints done. That's going to go in with your application, and they're going to check your criminal background. Let's take a look at what else can disqualify you from getting a real estate license. And we already know, besides the basic requirements, the only other thing is going to be a bad or negative criminal background. Now, the background check occurs when the DRE, and that's Department of Real Estate, reviews the crimes, if any, you've committed. Depending on these crimes, the DRE will stop you from participating in real estate in California. This is for California, but it's going to be similar in all states. And this is important to remember. The DRE doesn't disqualify you for any crime you've committed, but according to their business code, the DRE will disqualify applicants based on crimes substantially related to the qualifications, functions, or duties of a real estate licensee. In other words, they only disqualify licensed applicants based on how relevant the crime is to the career as a real estate agent. So crimes related to real estate, business, or financial management such as fraud or forgery often disqualify applicants from getting a real estate license. Even in these cases, you still can apply for a waiver, write a letter or statement, or appear in person before a board to explain your circumstances and why you believe you will still make an excellent real estate agent. And this is exactly what happens here in the state of Florida. If there's something on there on your record that they don't like, a lot of times they're going to make you come to Orlando and go before the board. Let's take a look at 5 felonies where you can still get a license. Number 1, non-violent crimes. Number 2, non-sexual crimes. Number 3, crimes committed years ago, typically between 5 to 10 years. Crimes the state feels that are not safety threats to the public. And number 5, the sentence or the parole has been completed. Let me go ahead and say one big tip for advice. If anything's happened in your life, put it on the application. Don't hide anything unless it's maybe been expunged, but don't hide anything. If you hide anything and they catch it, they're going to kick you out immediately. You're going to be denied and rejected immediately. So don't hide anything. Divulge anything and everything that's happened or that's on your record that they could possibly find. Trust me, you don't want to hide anything or they will kick you out. I'm going to wrap up with a couple more tips for you. Not including felony or misdemeanor convictions on your application is often enough to deny the application altogether. If you aren't sure if you should include a specific situation, it's better to include it than to have it come up on your background check without an explanation from you on your application. Let me emphasize this. Do not try to excuse any prior criminal actions. Okay? Most states want to see that those with a criminal history have learned from their mistakes. Strong employment history and good recommendations since your conviction can speak to your current character and reliability. Hiring managers will look for applicants who they can rely on to tell the truth, including disclosing any felonies or misdemeanors in their past. Developing strong professional relationships with other real estate professionals can result in great references for your future application. The bottom line, if it happened, put it down. Let's take a closer look at some of the specifics of the 3 largest states for agent population in the country: Florida, California, and Texas. In Florida, crimes such as moral turpitude felonies, violent acts against a minor or elder, and sexual assault may disqualify you from getting a Florida real estate license. So what exactly does moral turpitude mean? It's an act or behavior that gravely violates the sentiment or accepted standard of the community, a quality of dishonesty or other immorality that is determined by a court to be present in the commission of a criminal offense. All right, here's a special note. Whether a criminal offense involves moral turpitude is an important determination in deportation, disbarment, and other disciplinary hearings, just like going before a board, your MLS board, or before the state's, real estate commission. Same thing. Crimes such as theft, perjury, and vice crimes have been found to involve moral turpitude. Now, here's the funny thing about the state of Florida. Lesser crimes like criminal mischief, trespassing, and the sale of fireworks may be overlooked. The sale of fireworks. This had to come up for it to be in here. I've never heard of this being an issue for a real estate agent getting their license, but In the state of Florida, if you've been busted for selling fireworks, then you might be okay on getting your license. Now, these are the crimes for California that can keep you from getting a real estate license. You've got murder, perjury, fraud, forgery, grand theft, tax evasion, embezzlement, extortion, rape, petty theft, and possession of drugs for sale or transport, which are all pretty obvious. Now, Texas doesn't have any crimes that automatically disqualify you from getting a real estate license, but it can be difficult to get it if you've been convicted or demonstrated a lack of honesty, trust, or integrity. And basically for Texas, each case is looked on an individual case-by-case basis. Okay, everyone, that's it for this video. As always, I appreciate it. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be glad to answer. Thanks.